Happy to have you aboard here for the Really Big Barbecue Show.
Boing. We cook because we have to, and we grill because we want to.
Hit me!
Fine, how you doing?
You have a great show. I'm a big fan.
Boing.
So what seems to be the problem here? This man looks like he's dead, and he's in the crackle.
Charbono! It's all about the charbono, dude!
Succulent fish. What?
He ate 54 wieners.
But listen, Lavernius, shut your face.
I'm shaking like a dog shit peach seeds.
We have top men working on it right now. Top men.
And just like that, we are into the second hour. It is the Barbecue Central Show. This is the show that talks about the most important barbecue and grilling items of the day. The show is coming to you live and direct from
Palm City, USA, Cleveland.
Still to come on this show this evening, Connie DeSousa and John Jackson. If you are watching Pitmasters on Food Network, they are on that show. Still on that show. I don't even know if they have been close to elimination yet. They've won some hot flash challenge, whatever the hell they call it. Have a very expert way around sausage making. Connie, I believe, is called the Sausage Queen in Canada, or the Canadian Queen, Sausage Canadian Queen, or something like that. So whenever there appears to be an option to make the sausage, she's like right there jumping in. How can we turn this into sausage? I don't know if I've ever made sausage, to be honest, in my life. So let me get rid of that. I told you earlier, oh, by the way, we are thanking people that are tuning in and watching through our video streaming platforms. You can go to facebook.com/BBQ Central Show. You can also go to youtube.com/@BBQ Central Show. We have a new YouTube poll question of the week that we're asking everybody, including all guests. If I gave you $5 million to have sex with a cow covered in jelly, would you do it? And currently 21% of you are saying yes, you would do that. See how I reversed it? 79% of you are saying no, almost 80% of you. So good for you. By the way, I haven't weighed in on that, and the answer is a resounding no. In fact, it's a double no.
Get that big stuff out of here.
I agree with Mr. Jonathan. $5 million is a lot of money. I don't know if you could put enough jelly on that cow to make it worth my while. In fact, I know you can't, because even when smothered in jelly, it's a cow. And I'm not going to get down like that. I am pro bovine. I'm pro all the stuff that Mr. J said. I'm just not the guy that's going to have sex with an animal. But 21% of you can do what you want, and I know the argument right now. $5 million. I hear you. But I will continue to remain steadfast in mediocrity instead of going for the quick buck. As I had mentioned, hour number 1 of the show will be released into the audio podcast tomorrow. Hour number 2 of the show will be released on Thursday. And we have a new Best Moments show coming up on Friday, which, of course, is bringing you episode 446, taking you back to August 13th of 2013. So 13 years ago. And it will almost be to the day. So 12th will be one day off. On Friday is going to be the 14th. Is that right? Yes. And being featured this week is Dave Bosca and Lene Oxley, probably timely from their time on Barbecue Pitmasters. That was on, at that point, back 13 years ago. This is probably a Destination America thing, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe, was that show on Food Network? Was it Outdoor Cooking Channel? I don't think that was a Food Network show. It was probably pitched to Food Network. They didn't buy it, and they were pissed because that ended up going on 11, 12 seasons or whatever it was. But I believe this one will be a recap of time on Pitmasters with Dave Bosca and Lene Oxley. So please stay tuned for that. You can subscribe to this show and the Best Moment Show by visiting thebbqcentralshow.com/subscribe. Don't forget the in the beginning. And if you want to hear a past guest or segment again that you feel has been lost in the archives, you can email John and let him know what you would like to hear. John's email address is john@thebbqcentralshow.com. I don't have enough time to get into the recap necessarily of the Atlanta trip last week. I do want to give thanks and praise to my pal Rashid Phillips, meeting him in person. Wow. So you see him on television and he's a large human being and he's got an extensive amount of hair, and being a guy who is only concerned about his hair and his lack thereof, and that it is retreating very quickly. So much so that what's happening tomorrow at 9:30 a.m.? I got the toupee appointment in Westerville, Ohio. Yes. Me, Lindsay Cole, we're going to be sitting down. We're going to be talking about what it's actually like, how it actually go down. We're going to be trying on some test colors. We're going to get me shaded right. So the install is not going to be happening tomorrow. Nothing like that. You're not going to see me next Tuesday with a brand new hairline. But I'm not hiding it. I'm not going to be that dick that just shows up and it's like, oh, what's a little different there? Oh, I can't seem to put on. I'm not trying to sneak it past you. Much like Sebastian Maniscalco, comedian supreme, is not hiding the fact that he is going to get another round of hair transplant. I'm not going to do that. But I am going to continue to go down the learning path of what a toupee would look like on a man in 2026. And the videos that I'm seeing, she was a student under Toupee Queen, who's an absolute magician. I've seen Lindsay's videos after she's gotten back to, let's call it Columbus, Ohio. I am not fragile enough to worry about you guys laughing at me. I mean, I'm in a house full of women. I'm laughed at all the time. You think I have feelings? Dead inside. So I am going to have this appointment 9:30 a.m. I am going to come back on the show next Tuesday and report back on what the potential reality of me getting back down to Columbus is, and it's probably going to be in September. And it's at some point in September you could see me with toupee. And we're going to show all around it. We're going to get multiple camera angles. I will be that douche that takes all the videos. Maybe I'll ask for a little bit of a discount, if I post it on my Instagrams, because I have a little bit of a large following. I could inspire some males to head up here. Maybe there's some people that are close-ish. There's not a lot of women or males that have studied under the Toupee Queen that are around the greater tri-quad Quint State area. I have a lot to choose from. I'm excited that there is one in Columbus, and I go to Columbus once a month for work. So it's happening 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. The very first toupee consultation on this guy is going with Lindsay Cole, and Hair by Lindsay Cole is her name. So stay tuned for the report next Tuesday on if it's going to happen or not going to happen, or I remain on the fence, whatever. But once again, I remain unfazed. My pride is not too much. I will share everything with you so you learn along with me. And if we can inspire the move ahead, then that's exactly what we'll do. Way off track from what I was talking about originally, which was giving thanks and praise to my pal Rashid Phillips. He had me on This Week in Barbecues podcast last Monday. We recorded an episode. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to be coming out. Usually he releases on Tuesday. I didn't see anything new in the feed. I'm also anxious to see if he decided to do any type of editing or if he's just going to let it roll. We talked about a lot of different topics. Not your standard interview with me. Not that a lot of people care to interview me for whatever reason. I think I'm a great guest with great takes. He did see that value, and because we were down there visiting Bobby's new place, since they had just moved a handful of days earlier than that, the timing was great. Of course, I was available. We met up. He's got a great studio. A lot of things that you don't know about Rasheed Phillips that I told him he should be announcing to everybody, but I'm not going to talk out of school here. But to say that I have come out of that experience to be even more impressed with how handsome he is, with how tall he is, with his muscularity, the hair, and how much of a talent, outside of all the physical shallow stuff, the talent that this guy has might be unmatched in the space. And again, I'm not talking out of school, so you're going to have to take my word for it. Rasheed, thanks for having me on the show. Whenever it comes out, I'll be the first one to start promoting it. And thanks again. And when I get back into Atlanta again, another segment. Let's go. I'm ready. All right, so Connie and John are ready to go. That's right. So stay tuned for that. Before we talk about their experience on Pitmasters, are you ready for a cigar experience built on history and passion? Let me tell you about our pals over at McAuliffe Cigars, a partnership forged between Texas passion and a Cuban cigar-making dynasty whose heritage spans back to the 1930s. Whether you seek a nuanced elegance of something like, let's say, the Magdalia, or a complex power of something like the Leanda, McAuliffe offering a symphony of flavors for every palate. And don't forget about the ever-expanding color series. I think next month we will unveil a new color. You might see Amanda McAuliffe back here on the show talking about a new color. We've heard about it. We've heard it maybe orange might be it. I don't know. You haven't seen it from me, so I'm holding true to the embargo. Each cigar handcrafted in Esteli, Nicaragua by the legendary Gomez Sanchez family. McAuliffe delivers tradition and quality in every draw. Taste the tradition. Visit McAuliffeCigars.com and find a retailer near you. McAuliffe is spelled MICALLEF. McAuliffeCigars.com. We are back with Pitmasters. Stick around. I'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Howard Stern, Jim Rome, Dan Patrick, and Greg Rempe. The Mountain Rushmore of talk show entertainment. Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show.
And we welcome you back. Bumping up a segment and basically helping me close the show tonight are a pair of Canada's most established chef duos, boasting a partnership that spans over 25 years, based in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. They co-founded the Char Hospitality Group, which includes acclaimed restaurants such as Char Cut and Char Bar. Before their current appearance on Food Network's Pitmasters, they've built an extensive television resume on programs like Top Chef Canada, Top Chef USA, and Fire Masters. This deep experience in both high-end culinary competition and traditional live fire cooking makes them unique voices in the barbecue space, and I am excited to talk to them for the first time this evening. So let's welcome the aforementioned first-time guests here to the show, Connie DeSousa and John Jackson, joining us. Hey, gang, how are we?
Great.
Great.
Thanks for having us.
All right,
Yeah, we're excited to be here.
Let me offend you right off the bat. We have a YouTube poll question of the week that we're asking everybody, including all guests. This is spawned from an old-time interview from a guest about 13 or 14 years ago that made its way onto the Best Moment show last Friday. So I figured I'd turn it around and ask the YouTube watching public and all guests, of course. And it goes a little something like this, and John, you can answer first. If I gave you $5 million, would you have sex with a cow covered in jelly?
5 million Canadian or American?
American, of course.
Oh, that's like 100 million Canadian,
Yeah,
buddy.
right.
I think pretty much anyone would do it.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go yes with John. Connie.
I need to ask some more questions.
Okay, I mean jelly and a cow.
Would it be in private or would this be
private.
publicized?
Yes, no private. Absolutely.
Is it? Are they dressed up? It's like, you know what I mean?
Dressed like a cow, covered in jelly.
Yeah. You get to have a few beer before, or
anything you want. Anything you want.
There's at least 50 questions.
Yes,
at least.
Yes.
I'm gonna go yes as long as I get to do it first.
Yes. All right. No. So yeah, John.
I don't want to be second.
John, sloppy seconds for you. All right. So you guys are joining the 21% of the YouTube voting public voting yes. The rest of us non-heathens said no at 79%.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
That's right. It must be different up there in Canada.
We're 5,000. We're 5 million richer.
5 million. 5 million Canadian, not a chance, guys. Not a chance. 5 million Canadian ain't gonna get it.
No. The show's based in America, so it is 5 million single American dollars headed your way.
They would. Yeah, that's like buying a whole province here. Just saying.
All right, so Canadian-based, so right away we're going to more offensive questions. Who do you believe is, aside from you two, is the most influential live-fire Canadian talent? Is it Ted Reader? Is it Diva Q? Or is it Robert Rainford?
They're all great. Roger Mooking's awesome, too. Good buddy.
Yeah, but he's short.
Yeah, he's short, but he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, nominated for the Barbecue Hall of Fame, if you can believe.
Yeah, and he deserves it too.
Yeah.
We work with him a lot. He's the real deal, and he's a rapper. Just say it.
He started
off in music and an artist. Yeah. Like he's got a lot of talent. He's got a lot of talent. So,
but if you had to pick one to have lunch with, or have them cook you a dinner, who of the three is it?
Oh, can we invite all of them?
No, we have to pick one. We're here to offend solely.
Hey,
so
but I'm just saying, I'm $5 million richer. I could probably get all of them to come down.
Fly them in your new jet that you just bought with that $5 million.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much, bud.
So you guys have been working side by side as co-chefs and business partners since 1999.
Yeah, since 1999.
In an industry known for, I mean, this is where the saying came from, like too many cooks in the kitchen. How do you maintain, Connie, a unified creative vision for 25 years without, let's say, alpha chef ego getting in the way?
Yeah, that's a very good question because a lot of chefs are very alpha and have huge egos.
Yeah.
Our dynamic and our relationship is very unique because John actually hired me right out of culinary school. So for many, many years, John was my chef and my mentor until we became co-chefs probably about halfway through my career. So for that reason, I think like ego aside, there really wasn't an ego because he was my mentor. I looked up to him for most of my career. And when we became co-chefs, that's when our relationship changed and the dynamic in the kitchen changed. So we did, I wouldn't say we struggled with that dynamic at that point, but there was a bit of a learning curve.
Yeah, we butted heads a couple times for sure. Like learning how to have one voice with the team and with our cooks and making sure that we were supporting each other. It took some time to get used to. Like, there was one time when we were in the opening phase of our first restaurant and a cook was cleaning an artichoke and I walked by and I was like, who the hell, buddy, let me show you how to clean the artichoke properly. And so I started showing him how to clean the artichoke and I said, okay, do you got that? And he said, yes, chef, I'm sorry, but Connie just showed me how to clean it that way. And, I wasn't laughing at the time. And she was peering over my shoulder like 3 feet away while I was doing
death
this.
Stare.
Death stare. And
Daggers.
I felt it. Like, it was like horrible. Like I just felt like curling up in a ball. But, that was a lesson. And that, really aligned us to make sure the next time we saw one of our cooks doing something that the other one didn't really agree with, we would, first ask the question, who showed you that?
Yeah. So let me ask a question to you, John. So you hire Connie.
Yeah.
You're seeing her maturation, her skill set increase. And so as we talk about the cook's ego, easily you could have been like, Connie might be a rising star. She might overtake me at some point,
great.
blah, blah, blah.
Super talented. She was doing circles.
But you could ship her off somewhere else. You could get rid of her. You maintain the star on you. But is it a testament to you recognizing talent and saying, hey, this isn't necessarily about me. This is good business to keep Connie and continue to rise her through the rank?
We just had such a really good synergy, right? And that's where, like, when Connie got to the point where she started exceeding on so many different levels of what I could do. I'm really good at some things and Connie's really good at others. And when she started getting to that point where she was kicking my ass, it really became apparent that this relationship was really dynamic together, because we kind of filled that void that each other was missing on the other elements of being not only a good chef, but a good business owner. And that we always said to each other that if we ever open a restaurant, we're going to do it together. Mm-hmm. So that became like our secret sauce. Like, that was the formula.
Opening a restaurant here in the States is like perhaps one of the most risky things you could ever do.
Yeah, here too in Canada.
I assume it's no different there. So,
yeah.
Connie, when you look at your skill set, like, what do you think you're bringing to the table, and where do you think John compliments you?
Well,
this is good.
I think it's easier for me to talk about John's skills than my own.
Are you too humble?
I'm so well trained.
I think it's easier to talk about our flaws than it is about our talents. I'm really bad at math. Like, really bad.
Yeah, she sucks at math.
So definitely John excels in that department.
Just on the business side of it, okay. Especially with like the deals and like making sure that we're set for success in the long run, right? Like, the deals are critical when you're opening a business and negotiating those parts. So the numbers are important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So one of us needs to know about numbers.
Yeah.
Not only food.
Yeah, you can be a great chef if you know nothing about business. You're going to be out of business pretty quick.
You're done. Yeah.
So where does Connie compliment you, John?
Well, she's really good at patience, which is incredibly. I don't have a lot of patience, and she does. And I think when mentorship is like really one of the biggest backbones in our business and in the culture of our business, I think that having that. Plays a really important part in that mentorship that kind of allows us to be able to grow as we have. And she's like super disciplined. Like, Connie, when it comes to her work ethic and her discipline, it's off the charts. Like, and I think that comes from maybe all her years of ballet before. Like, she just has such poise in the kitchen and is incredibly graceful, but nothing gets past her. Like, there's like, I remember when we were working in San Francisco, there was like a 45-year-old cook that she made cry, and he said, my coach,
I'm not proud of that.
My football, but he said my football coach didn't even make me feel this way, because she would not let an inferior product pass. He kept on putting the wrong dressing on a salad, and he kept on putting it up. He said, that's the wrong dressing. He didn't put another one. He put it up, and she just wouldn't let it go past. It wasn't that she was humiliating she just had
standard.
It has to be done right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's no way that you can talk me out of it. You can't convince me. You can't intimidate me. The salad won't get out to the guests until you do it right. And, that's Connie. And that was Connie at 21 years old with a 45-year-old cook in the kitchen in San Francisco. So, that earns respect.
Connie, let's go to you with this question first. You're on Pitmasters now, but let's save that show talk for a little bit. When you're in the restaurant scene, are you also a fan of live fire cooking, or does that come later?
Early years, no. I mean, we're classically trained chefs on like classical French equipment, fine dining restaurants, and then moved into hotels as well. Live fire, I would say, definitely came later. And we were really inspired by it when we opened our second restaurant, Char Bar, which focuses on the wood-fired grilling traditions of Argentina. And as you probably know, in Argentina, they use the parrilla, which is the wood-fired grill. Yep. So we did a lot of research, went down to Argentina and worked with local chefs and their families and learned a lot about those wood-fired grilling traditions. And then it kind of spanned from there.
John?
And I'd say similar. I mean, everything that I do is like on outside. If we look at my kitchen, it's like all open fire. It's all live fire. I have like an 8-foot grill. I have a like masonry built giant wood fired oven. Like that's the way I love to cook. Yeah. And that transferred into the restaurants, like Connie said, like 14 years ago. And I feel like it's just grown so much more. Like where we are situated, being in Alberta and right, next to the Rocky Mountains, we spend so much time outdoors and cooking outdoors, and that live fire element is just everywhere we go. So it just felt like at some point it naturally just bled into what we did as chefs.
But you're not like Evan Leroy or Gary Pinkerton that, grew up in Texas and barbecue and live fire is just part of the tradition. Like you didn't grow up in a live fire family necessarily?
Well, I mean, live fire is a part of our culture here for sure. I mean, it's all outdoors. I mean, Calgary and Alberta is called Cowtown. It's like ranchers and mountains and outdoors and camping. And so in that sense, yes. But in the professional cooking sense, like where we were trained, no. Training was like classic culinary school, but our lives are built around it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Connie. So when does TV start to make an appearance for you? When you start getting the asks?
So when we first opened our flagship restaurant, Char Cut, in 2010, actually backpedaled to living in San Francisco right before we opened our restaurant. We were there for 5 years. I auditioned for Top Chef season 3, I believe was the Vegas season. Waited in a long line in San Francisco, met the producers, the casting directors, and they told me I wasn't made for TV.
What does that mean?
They said I didn't have a TV. I don't know. They said I didn't have a TV personality.
I don't know. I'd like to find the person that said that and say, "Look at this. Come on, asshole.
Yeah.
Look at me now.
Take a look, buddy. Hey, bud. Take a look at Connie."
Wow.
She's like, I think they're going to be pretty soon. They're going to have a parade and named Connie DeSousa. I'm just saying, in Canada.
No kidding.
People love Connie.
So then fast forward to 2010, February, we had just opened our flagship restaurant, Char Cut, and we hear that Top Chef is moving to Canada. And the Canadian Food Network has picked it up, and this is their inaugural season. And I auditioned at that point and ended up making it on the first season of Top Chef. And
that was like 400 years ago.
It was a long time ago. And that was actually a critical time in opening we had just opened. And then...
Yeah, and then she left me.
I left for like 6 weeks.
Oh,
like
to do
Top
the show?
Chef takes a long time to film.
6
pretty
weeks?
Good thing we had 2 chefs.
Yeah, 6 weeks. I'm like,
crap.
bye, John.
Yeah. Wow.
I was left all by myself.
So
Yeah,
is it
in the middle of opening a restaurant.
Obviously there's some kind of a competitive fire in you, whether you're trying to be the best chef in the restaurant, sans TV cameras, or going on TV to prove your mettle.
And together.
But is it also to spool up publicity for the restaurant as well?
Yeah, I mean, elements of it, but we're competitive in nature. Like Connie and I compete at like everything in a nice, kind way. Like, you know, pretty much at life. I'm just saying, like, you know, we work out together, we hunt together, we do all
run
things
marathons together.
We run marathons. We ran New York last year. We ran side by side. I'm pretty sure I was 3 seconds faster, 1 second faster. Somehow it ended up me being like point some, when obviously Connie was the stronger runner. But yeah, like we like the competition. It feels good. It keeps life interesting. But what's good for business is great too, because you remember, we have almost 200 employees that work for us, and they rely on us. They depend on us to keep the restaurants relevant, to keep making good decisions, and that's heavy. So, you know, the fact that we can, you know, put ourselves out there again and again and again on TV or in public's eye, and that the restaurants are going to be better for it, and they're going to be busier for it, and our staff are going to continue to be able to grow with us. I think that's as important. So it's definitely an element of driving force, and we think about it quite a lot.
Absolutely.
Connie, when you look at being in business for the better part of 16 years, might as well be 150 years when we're looking at restaurants. In the beginning, people come, they like the food, maybe even 5 years later like the food, but 16 years later, how do you remain relevant, as John said? How do you find the right changes to make so you're not scaring off the old guard customer base, but continuing to attract a new palate?
That's one of the hardest parts about being a restaurateur is trying to stay relevant. And the way that we do that is basically our role in the restaurants now. We're not really cooking on the line anymore. Sure. Our role is more publicity
and training
and training. Yeah. But that's why we're doing stuff like this, stuff like Pitmasters, being on your podcast and really still trying to stay top of mind with our restaurants is important to keep it driving forward.
And we're like, it really ends up being like we end up leaning into areas that need more support. Like when we're opening places, we're kind of stuck there for, you know, the first 6 months. And, you know, the life of a restaurant's quite interesting. You know, it goes through, you know, those ebbs and flows. And sometimes a restaurant needs more Connie and John support. Because we're chefs, we're, you know, educator, mentors, but we also are the HR and therapists, you know, like, you know, our industry needs it. They need some love, and they need some attention, and they need to have real conversations, and there's ups and downs. So being there, you know, for certain parts of the business and the people is important.
Mm-hmm. And I always say when our regulars ask us why they don't see us at one of our restaurants, because we have 10 now, so it's hard to be in all of them at the same time. Wow. If you're not seeing us there consistently, it's because that restaurant in particular is doing well. Right. So our attention is being pulled in other directions where we are needed.
For the folks that don't know, because you've both used the term relationship a couple of different times here as we're talking, you guys are not together.
No.
Well, we're not married. Yeah, right. But
there's no romantic link here or anything like
that.
No.
Yeah. I mean, my kids would be very confused. One of my kids are running around. They'd be very confused. They call her Auntie Connie. They don't call her Mommy.
So what's it? You have a wife. You have a husband.
Yeah.
Was there any kind of learning curve for your respective others to understand?
For sure.
The relationship
my wife carries a part of the business, and she's just not in the front. I mean, she's a lawyer, and she helps with all our back end stuff and make sure that Connie and I don't end up in prison. I mean, she knows our dynamic, and she loves it. I mean, I can't, you know, Connie and I grew up in industry together, and we have a really great relationship, and we love doing a lot of fun things together. But I mean, we're family. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's the way we celebrate together. We do things together as families. yeah, I mean, we're at my house right now, and Connie's husband just left. My mom's in town from Saskatchewan. My kids are like, it's just a big family. So
I don't have biological siblings, but John's definitely my adopted brother.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the TV show Pitmasters. So how does this opportunity roll around?
Well, they ended up, I think we applied for a different show, or we
auditioned for Barbecue Brawl.
Yeah, they called us up for a different show, and then they didn't want us to do it together. So we said, you know what, the next show we want to do as a team. So we're like, we're going to do a show as a team regardless. So we're not going to do that one. And the same person came back to us and said, man, I got a show for you. It's perfect. It's built for you guys. And started to describe it to us. And we're like, are you kidding me? Outdoors, fire, camping, like in the elements, like that's my jam. I'm like survivalist 101. Like that's it. So when they said, and you're doing it together, oh my God, like this show is built for us, Connie. This is what we do.
Yeah, and I mean, I've like you said, I've done a lot of competition shows by myself, and I think
never get to do them.
We're just at a point in our careers where we want to do stuff together. Like we do everything else together, so why not? Yeah. Why not do this together?
If it would have been you two on the show but competing head to head, would you still have done it?
Well, that's what Barbecue Brawl wanted us to do.
They
turned it down.
really wanted us to. Yeah, I didn't want to embarrass Connie.
Good for you, John. Always the gentleman. Yeah. All right. So you get the pitch. It's right in your wheelhouse. You're going to do it.
Totally.
Like, what other stuff are they telling you that is going to be about the show?
They're telling us. They didn't tell us much. They didn't even have a name for it at first, really.
Yeah.
And they just said that it's going to be really hard.
We're not going to sleep.
There's not going to be much sleep.
Yeah. 24-hour competition.
Yeah, it's 24 hours. As you know, it's 24 hour and it's rolling. And, if you've watched the shows up to date, we are the only ones that haven't slept yet. Because we have this thing where, well, we've also watched the other competitors, the ones that have let each other have naps, have ended up on the bottom.
Yeah.
So we're like, you know what? I would feel so bad if I was napping and then Connie had a flash burn challenge, and we ended up going home because I was having a nap. Well, what kind of...
I'd have FOMO.
Yeah, what kind of father would I be? Like, my kids are watching this stuff. They're like, you let Auntie Connie, she ended up because you were sleeping.
Took a nap.
No, we don't... No, not going to do it. So we were just drinking coffee and maple syrup, Canadian maple syrup, keeping up and, just, giving her all and... cracking jokes to keep us alert.
This is taping through a week, like 7 days?
No.
10 days.
Yeah,
10 days.
9 days. But we can't say how many days we were there.
You didn't sleep
No, we can't say that. We didn't sleep so far we haven't slept for 5 days.
I mean, I couldn't even imagine. Like, not even a nod off anywhere or anything like that.
I'm surprised we're still alive.
We had like 15, 20 minute
power naps.
But like 15, 20 minutes. But at this point, no more than an hour. So it was,
God.
I mean, it was, but you know what? We've never been in better physical and mental shape in our entire lives.
Can there even be something going on that would require attention for that many hours in a row? Like, you couldn't get an hour somewhere?
Barbecue and
fire. I get it, but I mean,
just saying.
I've cooked a lot of overnight cooks, and I can get an hour.
But did you have an overnight cook where they saw that you were sitting down for the first time, and then they said, okay, they're sitting down, let's do a flash burn, and let's make them make us breakfast, right?
Never.
Everything live fire. Or, hey, let's make them, I feel like having, whatever, the best one bite. Like, no, that's what they're doing. Every time you think that you can sleep, they throw something at you. So that's the fun of the game.
So it appears in the current iteration. Well, I want to get ahead of myself. All right, so they explain everything as much as they can. You guys are bought into it. They give you time commitment. I assume you go back to the people at the restaurant and say, "Hey, we're going to take off for like however many weeks to."
We told them we told them that we had some like private clients that made us sign an NDA. We couldn't tell them who they are, you know.
Really?
Really, like, yeah. And
catering. You said we were catering, yeah.
Catering, yeah. And that we had to go off-site. We couldn't tell you where. Super secret. We have done gigs like that.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, so, you know, it's not unrealistic.
Like for Drake?
But, yeah, you know, I can't say.
He's the most famous Canadian I know besides you guys. So.
Well, yeah, he's a pretty good. Yeah, he's our buddy.
Yeah,
you know,
I bet.
But they bought it, and we snuck away, and we came back really tired.
When you get on set, and so now I'm asking for like your true feedback. This is stuff that's already aired. You probably talk about it.
Yeah, yeah.
When you see the other teams start showing up, like how many do you know right off the bat? And then
None,
of the one,
not one.
You didn't know one.
We didn't know any.
Did you know any of the
all
judges?
knew each other.
We know. Of course, we know the judges.
Yeah,
yeah. We knew all the judges.
I don't know,
but we didn't know the competitors. And
you didn't know Al Fergoni?
Well. No. Yeah, what? I feel bad. I mean, we don't know anyone.
I feel like you probably would have stodged with him when you were in Argentina.
No, but we know.
I'm actually surprised that our paths haven't crossed.
I am surprised.
Yeah,
I mean, we do know a lot of like chefs from Argentina that we've done a lot of collaborations with. We are surprised, but see the barbecue specific world and the world we come from, it's just they're a little different. So and I love that they're married now. Because Al's he's coming up here. We're gonna be doing an event. We have a bunch of other barbecue pitmasters coming to Canada. We can't wait. And we're really like immersing ourselves into the barbecue because it's like we're loving it because it's something new.
It's a new culture for us, for sure.
And it's so great. Like everyone makes you feel so good.
Yeah.
You know? It's such a welcoming crew.
Yeah. So. And it feels like there's no ego in barbecue too, which I love.
So far. Yeah. So far they haven't shown us one.
Is that accurate?
They're pretty nice. I mean,
I don't compete. I couldn't possibly answer that. Is there ego in barbecue?
we say sorry a lot, so maybe it's just our Canadian accents or something.
So you don't know any of the teams coming up. So there's no need
we were
to
super
even be
underdog.
Yeah, that's. But
we were
I don't
really
even think that, right? I mean, so let me flip the question back on you guys. Do people know who you are?
No, I don't think so. I don't think any. Well, Susie knew you. She followed you on Instagram.
Yeah, of course she did.
Right.
So a couple people did, but
by and large, no.
I really was quite intimidated at first because I felt like the kid that doesn't get picked on a soccer team, the last one to get picked. I kind of felt like that.
Yeah.
I was that we were those people. You know, everyone was getting hugs but us, and I was like, oh, man,
Americans.
I want a hug.
Yeah,
I want a hug. But let me tell you, after like 45 minutes an hour,
we were all friends.
We're all friends.
Yeah,
so that's good, and we're still friends.
So as the season starts to unfold, I think it's pretty safe to say, as you're watching through the television, you guys solidify yourselves as premier opponents right off the bat. You're easily making all kinds of high-level stuff, sausage out of everything possible, winning challenges, getting lauded by the judges. I mean, everything that you want to do to make sure you're moving on to the next 24 hours and the next 24 hours, you seem to be doing. I guess, was there anything that you can talk about that stumped you initially? Because what we're seeing from a finished side appears to be like, we got it again. We got it again right in our wheelhouse, So we don't know what's TV magic and then like what's real life.
Well, I think that the judges on a couple of them you saw when we didn't win and where we were on the bottom was we got to a point where we needed to slow down on showing technique. And it really became more about, okay, like, let's think about how each component is really complementing the next. And we don't have to overdo it. Let's let the ingredients speak for themselves. So there was like at the beginning, it was for sure, like, let's show them everything we got. But I feel like now you're going to be getting to the point where it's more about like being a lot more thoughtful of what we're presenting, and it's from the judges' feedback that you've been listening to over the last few shows. You know, we listen, and we're taking it to heart. And you gotta understand, in these competitions, it's like it's very subjective. Like every judge has their own like taste and what they like and what they like to see and what they don't like, what they feel is overcomplicating or what they feel is original or what they feel is playing it safe. And when you start to really see that through the conversations and how they start picking the food apart, I think you get a better idea of how to cook for that judge.
Is there any
Absolutely.
Is there any time during that contest when you're getting that face-to-face feedback,
Yes.
knowing how accomplished
Sure.
that you guys are in the restaurant, and you're like, who the fuck are you? Tell me this isn't that good or whatever.
I tell you,
you can take it?
We
Not even a little bit?
We had incredible lows. Like we had some but the good thing about Connie and I's relationship, we usually take turns, right? Like Connie is like super dark and like really down, and that means I gotta be like Mr. Rogers,
Yeah.
like like, and bring her up, and we take turns at that. But there was a couple points where we were both kind of spiraling
In our heads.
Too much in our heads. And we had some really nice one-off conversations with some of the judges, and it really picked us back up. So, it's
the hardest challenge to date was last night's episode, though. Like the core 4, the barbecue challenge was the hardest. And for us, like when the judges throw a challenge at us, the hardest thing is how we interpret it. Because like John said, in the beginning, we're really wanting to show our barbecue POV and what our style is and show them all the different technique that we know as butchers. But it's so hard to know what the judges want in a challenge. Like for the barbecue challenge, it was apparent after the first couple, after we presented chicken, after we presented ribs, they just wanted to see true unsung barbecue heroes. Like we don't want you to interpret this. We don't want to see barbecue banh mi. We don't want to see you dressing up the ribs in whatever way. Like we just want to show us the meat. And when you get in your head too much as chefs and as pitmasters, it's hard to see that vision. But there was a big cliffhanger at the end, and we're excited for the next episode.
Next episode's a good one. We're looking forward to it.
I remember Tuffy Stone, so this was years and years ago when he had first gotten on the competition circuit before he got Team of the Year, like back in 2006 or something like that. So this is a classically trained chef, has gone on to be one of the most known, prolific competition barbecue cooks ever, super famous. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him or not, but when we were talking about his change from fine dining and his fine dining catering company into competition barbecue, his first story telling me back was, I signed up. I'm this classically trained French chef. I have these great restaurants. I was going to go down this weekend, kick everybody's ass, take that trophy, and it was going to be super easy. And the exact opposite happened, right? He showed up, he did all his French chefy shit, and he got his ass kicked. And he's walking back, licking his wounds, going, well, what the hell just happened here? So a lot of similarities kind of sounding like what you're talking about, but he made that
was us last night.
And found his way to find success in there. So glad that you guys are seeing kind of where the barbecue roots are, and it's not always about the chefy stuff. Well, there's nothing wrong with that either.
For sure.
And it's really humbling as chefs as well. And what you don't see, like a little bit of BTS, is that we were all actually kind of helping each other out. Like our neighbors were Christy and Susie, and John and I don't have a lot of experience cooking brisket on an offset. We cook brisket in our restaurants, but in much different ways. Cooking on an offset's completely different. And so we were over there asking them for tips, and they're happily exchanging with us. Good, So
do you know how to run? Do you know how to run a stick burner?
Oh yeah, we got one out back.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, live fire, no problem. Like, we have 15 years of, like, live fire, like, incredible, crazy, whole animal. But again, like, the way that we we look at barbecue as different. We look at it through the lens of a butcher, hunter, chef.
Yep.
And like, we don't look at specific, like, okay, we're all beef, we're all pork, we're brisket, we're, pork shoulder, we look at a whole animal, and it could be a deer, it could be a moose, it could be a pig, it could be a cow. And then we look at all the different areas that you break down and how you cook what is live fire, what's direct coals, so it's just like,
based on the tenderness.
And then we have the chefy parts where we look at like textures and
flavor
presentation.
profiles.
So there is like, that's our style. And, learning more about American style and how ingrained in the culture, whether it be from Texas or, all over. It's really interesting to us how specific areas have, different muscles or different cows or pork that they concentrate on, and then on the flavor profiles and then the history behind it. So learning that over the last few years has been amazing, and actually getting to cook with some of the people that are the best at it in Pitmasters. Again, like Connie said, it's pretty humbling.
Yeah.
Connie, which of the 4 judges did you feel you had the most in common with?
I'd probably have to say Andrew, just because Ernie and Mo are like really Ernest, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just because they're like really Pitmaster, like true barbecue heroes.
Yep.
But we couldn't really relate to them on like a chefy side, where Andrew was more relatable to us on the chef side. But
I wouldn't say us. This is you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Might be.
John will go next.
Don't answer for me. I have someone totally different.
But I have to say that we learned a lot from all of the judges. Like they and a little bit more BTS too. They were very approachable and would allow us to ask them questions.
And when they saw us a bit down, they would come and bring us back up too.
Yeah.
So it was good. Yeah, I mean, I liked Ernest because I felt like he understood what it was like being away from the restaurant, being an entrepreneur, the amount of work it takes, and like the passion you have behind the craft. And it just like, for me, it was like, he felt like the most relatable to me. And I just felt there was more of a connection there.
Also a fine dining chef to begin with too.
Yeah. I mean, he has a great background, and it's very relatable to us and to how we grew up too. So,
all right, I have to bring this up because it's my paramount issue with competition.
Okay, better not be
cooking.
Another cow thing.
Definitely not. Has nothing to do with that, but it does have to do with poultry. And ever since I've watched Hell's Kitchen Season 1 with my guy Andy Husbands, who has since been on the show a number of times, who undercooked chicken in Hell's Kitchen. And then I watch all of these competition cooking shows, and whenever there's chicken on the menu, one of these contestants is undercooking chicken. It happened in the first episode in Pitmasters where Leslie Rourke and her son undercooked chicken, got him booted out. And then it happened again twice last night in the chicken category where 2 turn-ins were undercooked, and I don't believe they even bothered eating that because they were afraid for their very lives. I continue to fall back on how can we be this great? How can we not cook chicken? And you have thermometers, and I understand it's Utah and this and that and the other thing, but I'm finding it harder and harder to buy in to the fact that people can't cook chicken right.
And I feel like I got to play both sides of it. Just to give like a bit of perspective, like we're up for 4 days now. Like people are starting to get pretty loopy. The time of the day, it's hard to visually see the super bright pink chicken. It's the hail was coming down. It was cooling off those birds really quick. It was like throwing it in an ice bath. So I don't know. I wasn't there to see the chicken. Hey, I don't even know. Was it really undercooked? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't.
But
I
you
don't know.
could
I didn't see it.
use the offset cooker to use that to cook your chicken in there, right? If you
For
wanted
sure.
to.
I mean, our chicken
Your
wasn't
chicken was fine.
undercooked.
There
our
were
chicken
many
was,
other
well, it was okay.
well-cooked chicken.
It didn't sound like it was the best chicken for them, but it sounded like they had a real problem with the chicken.
I thought it was the best.
I thought it was really good chicken. I mean, we ate a bunch of that chicken. It was quite tasty, and
Your chicken.
we were pretty. Our chicken was very good, but it was not undercut. But again, yes, I mean, if you cut it and you're going to see it raw, you probably should put it back on the grill.
All right, so let's take this one step further. If you guys realized we're out of time or we're not going to make it, and I got undercooked chicken, you turn in an empty plate, or will you just cross your fingers?
I would turn in an empty plate.
Really?
I would say you're not getting this chicken until I finish cooking it. Yeah, of course.
Okay, I've been on a lot of cooking shows, and that's not an option. So what I would have done is I just wouldn't have served those pieces. Not all of the chicken is going to be raw.
Yeah, throw the rest of the garbage that fell on the ground.
Yeah, or just like
it slipped off the cutting board.
The parts that they showed on TV that were raw were like the leg in the thigh. Yeah. So maybe just serve the chicken.
Top
but to
two
John's
slices
point,
of breast.
Yeah.
Everybody is really exhausted.
Yeah.
And people aren't making calculated decisions at this point. So in their defense,
it's hard.
I mean, I fear for everybody's safety going forward. Then.
Well, I mean, that just gives you.
You're here, so I mean, you've survived. But geez, I feel like somebody's going to get sick.
Did all of us?
I don't know.
You got to keep watching to find out.
You're the first set. All right,
well, and John and I haven't won any rounds of this Core 4 challenge, so we're shitting bricks right now.
Yeah, but who cares? You don't need to win. You need to survive.
Yeah. This is true. True.
Yeah, and we didn't have the raw chicken.
What's your?
We were trying to add up the points.
What's your money take at this point in the show?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I think we won a couple grand for the hot dog.
Yeah.
That's right. The hot dog.
Yeah, we won. God damn it! You made a hot dog from scratch.
45 minutes.
My daughter was like flipping her shit. So you've never met a girl who's a glizzy gobbler more than my oldest daughter. And pro hot dog everything. Hot dog 8 meals a day.
I could live on them.
And I was like, you got to watch. These guys just made a hot dog like out of thin air. And then won the challenge. She's like, "Oh my god, I wish I could have that." That was completely impressive, totally impressive.
We got some good compliments. It was definitely some deposits.
That was a highlight. Yeah.
So I can't ask you like what happens next, obviously. So outside of the show, what have you run into, and what can we expect to see, hear, or read from you?
Well, we're really excited to tell you about our collaboration that we have coming up with some of the judges that are on the show have committed, and some of the competitors. But following the wrap of the show in September, we are going to be starting our own series of collaborations called Fire Table, which start in October of this year.
Nice.
And we're doing them at our restaurants, and we're inviting pitmasters and live fire chefs from all over the world globally to come and cook with us.
We got a friend coming from London. We have people coming from all over.
London. Who's the guy from London?
Can't tell you yet.
Really?
we haven't announced it.
Super secretive. Until they sign.
Did you invite that Greg Hastie's guy from Australia?
No,
do you know
maybe
him?
I'm about to. I am.
We'll call him up.
Talk about live fire.
Friends.
Wow. Yeah.
Well,
if you need suggestions or you need contacts, I just happen to know everybody. After doing the show for 20 years, I happen to know everybody in the industry.
Yeah, you sure do.
So now I can make intros if you need it. We have Connie DeSousa and John Jackson currently being featured in Pitmasters, the debut season on Food Network, which is every Monday night. So be sure to tune in and watch that, or you can get it on demand after the fact. Guys, this has been a complete pleasure. I appreciate you shouldering an extra 30 minutes pretty much of this interview, but for my estimation, worth it. Hope you had a great time, and let's do it again.
We did. Yeah, I just want to know where I pick up my $5 million.
Yeah, well, there's something you got to do first, and then I'll be happy to pay out.
First. Yeah.
So. That's on you.
It won't be televised.
Take care, guys.
All right, guys, take care. There they are. Connie DeSousa and John Jackson right there. The website, by the way, is Charbar. Where the hell did I put it? Charbar.com, I believe it is. Charcut. Okay, hold on. Let me dial it up. Charcut.com is the right one. So make sure that you visit that website. Go ahead and follow them socially. And, learn all about these great folks up there in Calgary, Alberta, if you didn't already know them. I was not familiar with them initially, but, man, they have become fierce competitors and show favorites of mine. And that's saying something because, unlike them, I knew everybody else that was on that show, and all judges have been on the show. Most of the competitors have been on the show. So happy to see them, happy to have this great conversation with them, and hopefully that you all enjoyed that as well. And that's going to do it. We're going to go almost top of the hour, 2 after. We're good. All the way back in the first hour, it was a quarterly visit from our cigar expert, Mr. Jonathan, from Two Guys Smoke Shop and Cigar Authority podcast. Then we had Robert Moss, and we dove deep on mustard-based barbecue sauce. And then the second hour was featuring Connie DeSousa and John Jackson, currently on the Pitmasters show on the Food Network, and still on it. So we wish them continued success. They're obviously off the show now. I have no idea what to expect in the weeks to come, but you got to tune in next week to see where the brisket falls out, because it was a to be continued. We are back on regular scheduled programming unless something else comes up. So we have a packed show, third week already of August coming up next Tuesday. Wes Wright will make an appearance amongst other guests. What else do we have? Do we have a Susie and a Todd Bullock? We might. Oh my God, that's going to be great. So, how do I always leave you? September 11th, 2001. I will never forget. And until next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, this is your program host and proud U.S. American, Greg Rempe, saying, Shalom! Shalom!
Hi, this is Bobby Rempe from Cleveland, Ohio, and you're listening to Barbecue Central.